If you need your GoHighLevel emails to land in the inbox and not the spam or promo folders, the first thing you must do is to connect a dedicated email domain and do it the right way. Without it, no matter how good your emails are, they will never be seen. But no worries, this is an in-depth tutorial for beginners, by the end of which you will understand the different domain options available to you, how they work, and how to set them up the right way. I will also show you what I personally do in my business to have almost 100% deliverability. But before the technical part, we first need to cover the fundamentals. Otherwise, it's like trying to drive a car for the very first time without understanding what pedals to press. So, quick bird's eye view. Email providers like Google, Outlook, and Yahoo, they're not just delivering your emails, they are judging them. When we send marketing emails, automated follow-ups, appointment reminders, bulk campaigns, we're going to get some spam complaints. That's just the reality. And if we send all of that from the root domain, those complaints damage the reputation of your main address. So instead, we use a subdomain as a shield. The subdomain takes the hits. The root domain stays clean. Here's my personal example. My root domain is gripindigital.com. My Gmail is on that domain. I can't have that going to spam. So for all marketing and automation emails, I use a subdomain like lc.gripindigital.com. But it can be anything you want. LC, BC, A, B, C, email, support, whatever letter or a combination of letters you want. So this helps preserving the brand name, but creating a completely separate email reputation. Now that you understand the difference and why it matters, let's jump into the exact setup inside GoHighLevel, so your emails land in the inbox. So we've got 4 ways to handle sending domains in HighLevel. Let's go through each one so we can pick the right setup for our situation. Okay, method number 1. No setup at all. We leave everything default and HighLevel sends our emails from their shared system. Look at this. Client 1 is sending from one domain, client 2 from another, client 3 from a different one again. These are all random HighLevel domains, and we have zero control over who else is using them. It could be hundreds or thousands of other people, and some of them can be spammers. And look at what the email recipients usually see in their inbox. That from address, it's messy. It's unprofessional, and it tells the email provider absolutely nothing trustworthy about who is sending this. The only time this is acceptable is for internal system notifications, like alerting your client when a new lead comes in. It's good for low volume, one recipient, low risk emails. That's it. Second method, we set up one sending domain at the agency level, and every sub account inherits it automatically. Let me quickly show you how to do that on my screen. First, we have to be in the agency account. To make sure you are in the right place, you need to see sub accounts in the menu section. Then we go to settings, email services, and then we click create dedicated domain. We enter our agency's domain, and for the subdomain, it can be email or it can be something else. It's up to you. Then we click add and verify. Then click continue. And now we need to add these records. We go to our domain provider of choice. Could be Namecheap, could be GoDaddy, could be Cloudflare, could be something else. We find our domain, and then we go to advanced DNS settings. All domain providers have that section. Then we click add new record, and one by one we enter those records. The first one is a TXT record. Host is the word or letters that we entered for our subdomain. And because I chose email.gripindigital.com, I enter email here. And then for the required value, you just copy and paste. And then you click Save Changes. And now we repeat this process for all the remaining records. It shouldn't take more than 2 minutes. And then after everything is entered, you go back to HighLevel and click Verify Records. Everything except the last line should be verified. And if it's not, just keep clicking Verify Domain until it refreshes with all green checkboxes. And then for the last record, which is TXT DMARC, it's optional, but always recommended to improve deliverability. So let's enter it right now as well. And then we click Verify Domain again, and because of the DMARC record, our SSL is issued. Now in the top left corner, we click back to SMTP service, and now we can see that our subdomain is successfully connected. To double check, we can go to one of our sub accounts in settings, email services, and it should be there as well. And now no matter how many sub accounts you have, all of them should have your email sending subdomain. Now look at the difference. Every client is sending from email.gripindigital.com, clean, consistent, and with our domain. The upside, one-time setup, we do this once and every new client is already covered. No extra steps. The downside, however, and this is important, every client is sharing that one subdomain. Their sending reputations are tied together. So if one client starts blasting thousands of emails and racks up spam complaints, that hits every other client's deliverability too. So when does this make sense? The answer is when we're doing all the work ourselves. Our clients don't have access to send bulk emails. We control everything. In that case, the shared risk is low and the simplicity is worth it. If we're reselling HighLevel on the other side and clients have their own logins and can send emails independently, skip this and go to the method 3 or 4. Now let's look at the method 3. We still use our own agency's domain, but now each client gets their own unique subdomain under it. Client 1 sends from client1 our agency domain. For me, it's gripindigital.com. Client 2 from client2.gripindigital.com, and so on and so forth. Now their sending reputations are completely separated. If one client has a bad month, high unsubscribes, spam complaints, etc., it doesn't touch anyone else. This takes about 2 minutes per client to set up, and it's the perfect middle ground. More protection than method 2, less complexity than method 4. Now let me show you how you can do it yourself very quickly. Now we have to go to our client's sub-account settings and then email services. Here now we click dedicated domain and IP and then click add domain. Then we enter our client name. As an example right now it's client company dot my agency's domain and then add and verify. Then click continue and then again we have to enter those records in our domain provider. For me it's Namecheap, so I'm gonna go one by one, enter them and then click save. And then click verify domain. Everything is green. And now I can see in the email services settings section, clientcompany.gripindigital.com. And if I start sending emails, this is how it would look. Okay, last but not least, our fourth method. The client connects their own subdomain directly to HighLevel. Look at this. Every client sends from a subdomain of their own brand. For example, client number 1 from lc.clientnumber1.com. Client 2 from their own subdomain. Their name, their domain, completely independent from ours. This is for clients who care about their brand image. They don't want your agency name sitting inside their sending address. There are 3 ways we handle the setup: done for you, done with you, and do it yourself. Let's start with the done for you. We ask for their domain provider login and set it up ourselves. Takes 2 minutes, like before. Most clients hand it over once we explain we're just adding a couple DNS records. We promise to them that nothing on their website changes. For business who are more trustworthy, it's easy. For those who are not willing to share their sensitive information, we go to the done with you, where we do it together with them during the onboarding call. They share their screen and we guide them through it step by step. Third one is do it yourself, where we send them instructions and they do it themselves. This one is the slowest because local businesses are not technical and it will take them time to figure out how to do it. I suggest to only use it if you cannot do it for them or with them on a call. My personal favorite is done for you. I ask for their login and handle it all myself and I move on, because the less the client has to do stuff, the smoother the onboarding and the happier they are. And here's a video of me adding my real client's subdomain. It's the same sub-account settings for email services, and we go to dedicated domain and IP, then we click add domain and go to our client's domain provider. For example, this client's domain is aacanada.store. So I entered that back in HighLevel, but at the very front, I put a subdomain handle. For me, it's going to be LC. It stands for lead connector, but it can be anything you want. And then I click add and verify, and one by one enter those records. And now, as you can see, everything is added, everything is green. It's lc.aacanada.store. So now that we've covered the 4 different methods of setting up an email sending domain, we also need to cover the 4 critical rules that you need to follow. Because even if you set everything up in HighLevel the right way, you will still end up in spam if you avoid these rules. Now let's start with the simplest rule, but one that gets overlooked constantly. When we set up an email in HighLevel, whether it's a campaign or an automation workflow, we are going to set a from name and from email. And the rule is simple. The from email needs to be on the same domain as the sending domain in the email settings. Because the email providers like Google, Yahoo, Outlook check for that. If domains are different, that's a red flag. So if our domain in settings is lc.aacanada.store, then the from email should have the exact same domain after the @ sign. Rule number 2 is about list quality. And this one directly affects how providers score our domain over time. First, email validation. GoHighLevel has a built-in setting that automatically checks whether an email address is valid before we send to it. In the sub-account settings, business profile, there's a checkbox to make sure it's always checked. What it does is check the email the first time we try to contact someone. If it's invalid, GoHighLevel flags it and we don't send any emails. That protects our domain from bounce damage. Second is engagement. Email providers track whether our recipients actually open, click, and reply. A list full of people who never engage pulls our score down over time. So if someone hasn't opened a single email in 60 days, we stop sending to them. It could feel counterintuitive, like why would you remove people from a list? But a smaller, engaged list will always outperform a large, dead one. The next rule number 3 is about the actual content of our emails. Even with the perfect domain setup, the wrong content will still land in spam. There are 4 things to get right here. First, always include an unsubscribe link. The good thing is HighLevel has it turned on by default in the general settings. Second, keep the email design simple. The more images, links, and emojis we pack in, the more it looks like a promo blast. Plain text or minimal design gets to the inbox. Heavy image templates get routed to promotions or spam. Third, avoid promotional language. Things like act now, claim your free gift, save big today. Those phrases are flagged by filters. Write like you talk. If it sounds too salesy, it's better to rewrite it. And we can also use these free tools to test our emails before we send them. The Hemingway website helps write naturally. The spam checker flags specific words and phrases. And Mail Tester gives us an actual score. It only takes a couple of minutes, but removes the guesswork. And fourth is about subject lines. Keep them under 7 words ideally. No emojis. Also, don't be clickbait. If the subject doesn't match what's in the email, that's a fast way to get flagged. And remember to front load the important information so it shows up in the inbox preview. You can use the same free tool, Mail Meter, to test your subject lines. Now let's move on to the 4th rule. And for everyone setting up a brand new sending domain, this one is non-negotiable. When a domain is new, email providers don't know anything about it yet. No history, no reputation. And from their perspective, that looks exactly like spammer who just registered a fresh domain to blast emails. And here's HighLevel's own guide that lays out the stages. Stage 1, no more than 100 emails per hour and 1,000 per day. Stage 2 is 300 emails per hour and 2,500 per day. And to find out which stage you're in, simply go to Settings, Email Services, Dedicated Domain and IP, and there you can see the stage and the number of emails you are sending. And here are a couple of tips for the warm-up period specifically. Only send to opted-in contacts that expect emails from you. Keep the email content short and use the drip mode to spread your emails over time instead of blasting everything at once. For example, if I go to any workflows in HighLevel, there is an action called drip. There we can select how many emails we want to send per a unit of time. So lastly, I promised I will share what I do in my business for my local business clients to make sure all emails get delivered. For clients that only need email notifications, like when a new lead comes in, but we don't send anything to other people, I leave it as is. I use GoHighLevel's shared sending domain. Here's an example. I have 100% delivery because the only person receiving emails is my client. He just marks an email as not spam once, marks it as important as well, and that's it. It always lands in inbox moving forward. For everyone else who needs to send outbound emails, first order of priority is connecting client's own subdomain. I usually do lc.clientname.com, and I always ask for their domain provider, username, and password, so I can do it myself in under 5 minutes. Because if they do it, it takes days. Second order of priority, if they decline because they are scared something will happen to their domain. I create a subdomain using my own domain. I always do clientname.gripindigital.com. And if you want to learn how to automate client onboarding in GoHighLevel altogether, so you know exactly what to do when a client says yes, then watch this video on the screen right now. Just click or tap, and I will see you there in just a second.